Thanks for joining us. I'm Sean DeRoe.
And I'm Seth Hawkins, and today we're talking about one of my favorite topics, being appropriately invested. Now, Sean, we talk about contributions a lot, but that's really only half the battle. It's important to contribute, but it's also important to make sure what we're doing with that money. So tell me a little bit about that half of the battle.
That is so true.
Yeah.
We have to make sure, first of all, of course, we're making the contributions, but what are we putting behind it for them to grow? We have to be appropriately invested. But before we go there, there's three considerations that you want to make sure that you're doing. And that's, first of all, understanding your financial objectives. What do you want to accomplish? And then the second thing is you want to know your time horizon. Are you a millennial or are you a baby boomer? That helps you determine now your risk tolerance so you're appropriately invested. But once you know those three things, now you can set the course to invest appropriately. But let's talk about those investment options.
Yeah, let's dig into that a little bit. So I want to unpack three different investment strategies for you to consider as you're looking at, now how do I invest appropriately once I've identified those considerations that Sean had mentioned. The first I'm going to call do it for me. Now, a do-it-for-me approach is for you if you're someone that doesn't want to get their hands dirty. Maybe you don't have the time, the energy, the know-how, and the desire to manage your own portfolio. The do-it-for-me approach is an asset allocation fund, meaning it's a collection of various different investment strategies in a single fund solution. So that makes it easy to invest in. A subcomponent, and a very popular one at that, of these asset allocation funds is called a target date fund. Target date funds not only provide a single fund solution for diversification, it also provides management within that fund over time to ensure your investments stay appropriately arranged for you. You can identify a target date fund because it's going to have a year within the name of the fund. For example, 2035 or 2045. Your appropriate target date fund could very well be the one where the year most closely aligns with your retirement date. The second group I'm going to call do it myself. Now, do it myself approach is really on the opposite end of the spectrum. It's for investors that want to get their hands dirty, want to do the maintenance, want to do the homework that comes with creating your own portfolio. They're selecting anywhere between 5 or more different mutual funds to create that collective portfolio, but of those created of individual pieces. Now, it requires maintenance, it requires rebalancing, so there is some commitment to ensuring that stays appropriate for you over the time horizon that you have in retirement planning. Lastly, we're going to talk about the do it together approach. If you're someone who wants to have someone come alongside you, create a customized portfolio and help you manage that over time, working with an advisor could be a very good option for you, something to consider. So with that being said, there are various strategies. I'm hoping that gives some light into how do I now invest based upon those considerations you mentioned earlier.
Absolutely. You did a great job summarizing those things. But let's be honest, somebody may be sitting here still saying, what do I do? So I want to remind you that Guidestone has professionals ready to assist you at any time to help you through this process. But regardless of what choice they make, Seth, they still want to make sure that they are making it through the ups and downs. So I want to remind you of three things. And the first thing is that you want to make sure that you stay invested, regardless of what the market's doing, and it's going to go up and down. It's going to become very volatile. You want to stay on course and then stay diversified. Spread out your risk, make sure that you're capturing the entire market, and then make sure you're also saving. Keep saving. Don't start or stop based on what the market's doing, the time frame. You want to save for the long term, because if you stay invested, stay diversified, and continue to make strong contributions, they'll get to where they're supposed to go, Seth.
Thank you, Sean. You know, we've talked about a lot today, a lot of complicated topics, but nonetheless, I hope you feel a little bit more confident in investing appropriately for your retirement. That being said, Guidestone has various resources available, both online as well as on their My Guidestone account. In addition to individuals here, professional advisors and educators that want to come alongside you and help you be appropriately invested. So thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to serving you.